my name is Debbie Alsop, and welcome to another installment of Bright Day Thoughts. Today I am joined by Lakshmi Lambert, and we are going to discuss vision with TCM. Before we get to traditional Chinese medicine helping to give you better eyesight, let's find out a little bit about Lakshmi. So tell us about yourself.
My background is as a psychotherapist. I worked in mental health for many years with chronic schizophrenics as a dance movement therapist, psychodramatist, and group and individual therapist. I then moved to deep tissue bodywork combined with psychotherapy. I started working with Western herbs in 1980 with Susan Weed when I lived in upstate New York, and I've continued to evolve as an herbalist doing Chinese herbal medicine. I graduated from Emperor's College of Traditional Oriental Medicine, where we are now, in 1989. And I also am a homeopath and a licensed acupuncturist in the state of California, a nationally certified acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist.
And I have just spent the day with Lakshmi, and I have had chrysanthemum, warm and wet, put on my eyes and just so bathing my eyes. Tell us a little bit about what that would do for me, since I had Juhua chrysanthemum on my eyes.
Well, this morning about 10 o'clock, the class all sat outside in the sun, and they acted as if they were flower essence remedy being made. I moistened chrysanthemum flowers, we call it Juhua in Chinese, and put them on their eyes. And as the sun came in through the flower petals into their eyes, it was for healing energy. I'll use that for anything as severe as conjunctivitis, to just refreshing the eyes. A lot of people feel tired after a long day's work.
It sure made it a fun class. And we also did needling around the eyes, so tell us a little bit about that. What would doing acupuncture needles around the eye do?
So we were waking up the areas around the eyes, points that activate the flow of energy, the flow of qi around the eyes. So we did acupressure around the eyes. We did acupuncture needles safely. I instructed safe insertion. We did points on extremities of the body for the eyes. So we did the eye point on the ear. We did the vision points on the scalp. We did liver points. We did liver 14 under the rib cage. We did the chi cleft point of the liver 6. We did points up the liver channel, liver 10 and 11, to open up the flow of the liver chi, the liver channel circles, up the reproductive organs, up into the liver, and the channel that goes to the eyes. We did liver 3, which is on the foot. We did gallbladder 37, point for the eyes. We did acupressure on liver 14, the front moot point of the liver channel. It's easier to get to with the hands because it's such a deep point.
And it's amazing to think that when you put your hands in your traditional Chinese medical practitioner's care, you put your care in their hands, they know all the points to do that will help you. They listen to your pulses, look at your tongue, look at you as they're talking to you, figuring out what's going on in your life, and they come up with a prescription pretty much like what you were just saying. And they might add another point here and there to help you if you're too edemic or something else, or if you're too angry, or, so it's a wonderful thing to do, traditional Chinese medicine to help your eyes, so you can see. Now, what about exercises if I'm sitting at the bus stop and I have a few moments? What can I do?
So, you're just so fun. So one of the things we did in the class today was we did the clock. So you have your eyes at like 12 o'clock, you move them all the way around as if it's a big school clock. You can move all the way around, say to 12 o'clock again, then close the eyes to rest and circle around the other way. We did the diagonal. We did from the lower left corner up to the upper right, lower left, upper right, lower left, upper right. Then we switched. I like working the diagonal, and it's a very effective way of getting learning into the body.
And it's because of the eye-brain connection too, right?
Yes, and as we looked in today, we saw an image of the eye and the brain, and you can see that behind the left eye, it crosses over to the right side of the brain. We saw it in the cross-section drawing. So then we'll do the right, so lower right corner, upper left, lower right. And between them, we rub the hands together and palmed, imagining like a very dark, nourishing yin, black velvet or blue velvet, a really rich color, nourishing the eyes.
That's another word for yin. How do you say yin?
Yin.
Yin.
So we also did the Bates method. We looked at a point close, and then we looked at a point very far in the distance, and then a close point and very far in the distance. And just working with the eyes is a simple Bates technique.
Yes, if you've got children at home, this is very important. When they're sitting at their desk doing that close work, it's really important that they can look out the window and look far for a moment. They're not goofing off. They're helping their vision and their brain, and then they go back to their close work. And if you're in some kind of a cubicle where you don't have a window, because a lot of people who work in offices these days and they're typing, maybe you could get a calendar and put it on your neighbor's wall of the cubicle so that then you can at least look a little far away. You know, maybe you can look at the little numbers or the little, anything that's a little on a calendar.
Yeah, it's really helpful. One of my friends came to visit, and she's been living for the last 8 years up in Northern California, up in the mountains. And I'm like, you don't wear glasses yet to read? And she, because she's always looking at these horizons and mountaintops and seeing the oceans in the distance. So it really has helped her eyes and for her to...
So if you're a teacher, open up your windows. Open up those curtains. Let the kids look outside. And so is there anything else you would like to add that would help with our vision?
Oh, we also did herbal medicine today, and herbs is one of my passions.
We were drinking it all day.
So I brought in, these were all advanced Chinese medicine students, so I brought in about 12 or 13 samples of herbs and had them guess which the herbs they were. We put them in a big pot and cooked them up and drank them all day. And there's a couple here in my hands. This is the Zhizhi, the Fructus gardenia, which helps the liver. The principle of my class is if you help the liver, you help the eyes. The liver is involved with the free flow of energy throughout the body. So if you get that free flow of energy going, the eyes are going to improve. And my point also was creativity. So for instance, we did drawing in the class. So if you express yourself through your feelings, and we did also dance movement. If you express yourself through free movement, I'm not talking about me telling you what steps to do, but if you express it from your soul, we say, you can see the soul through the eyes. If you express it through your soul, then the movement is affecting positively the eyes. So this is another herb that we use today, Bai Shao, the root of the peony plant, the white peony plant. It smooths the liver, and we used about a dozen other plants, the guchitsa, the goji berries. We used points that nourish the water element. We say the water feeds the wood, just like water nourishes the plant. So we use herbs that nourish what we call the kidney yin to help feed the liver.
We also discussed tears and how, like, if you're crying from emotion, it's different than your tears from an onion, which I've actually heard even different emotions have different chemicals in the tears. And we were saying that maybe if you have a cut and you're crying as it hurts, you could just take that and wipe it on there and see what happens. Your eyes may be able to heal you just as you can heal your eyes.
And that crying does help you feel better.
Yes.
It helps. It's like it brights a baby. It helps a baby feel better. It can help us feel better. And the quality of the tears are good for the skin and
everything. Is there anything else you'd like to add about traditional Chinese medicine helping with eyesight? There's so much. Just be sure to go to your acupuncturist or anybody who understands traditional Chinese medicine or even Western herbs, and they can help you out. There's tons of books out there about vision exercises and what have you. Aldous Huxley, The Art of Seeing.
Yeah, Bates Better Eyesight Without Glasses. And we did today, I taught them how to use these shells, what's called using moxa on the shells for retinal bleeding.
Moxa is mugwort, and it's like
dried
all
and cured,
dried and broken up, and you can shape it and put it on top of this shell, which is on top of the patient's eye, and then you light it on fire, and it's like this groovy heat kind of going in there.
And the acupressure all around the eye is something everybody could do.
Yeah, you can do that at home.
Just stimulating this area. The vision exercises with moving, even just moving the body, especially across the liver area, getting the chi flowing. It's really important, really essential exercise every day, doing some form of movement.
Yeah, and finding something to put your eyes on, right?
When you're looking, exactly. As you're looking, see what's around you. Don't just blank out, space out. Really see what's in front of you. See what's around you.
Like see it moving. Yeah.
Excellent. She got a lot out of the class.
I got a lot out of it. It was the most fun class. And I can see now. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. And thank you for joining us for another installment of Bright Day Vision with TCM. Now go, anchor the light. Hua.